Happy Tuesday, Spartans. I'm Callie.
And I'm Nora.
Wondering what board game club is? Watch this video to find out.
So what is Board Game Club?
Board Game Club is a club in Mr. Meidell's room. We meet after school, like immediately after school, every Thursday, and we play a variety of board games. Some of them are owned by the club, some of them are brought from home. But yeah.
Nice. And when do you meet up?
We meet every Thursday right after school in Mr. Meidell's room, which is room 302.
Great. And what is your favorite board game?
My favorite board game is a game called Carcassonne, where there's not actually a board, but you like build the board with tiles over the course of the game. It's great because like every game turns out a little bit different. Very fun. Yeah.
Great. And thank you for letting us interview you.
All right. Thank you.
So what board game are you guys playing right now?
Right now, we're playing a game called Coup. It's a social deduction game based on different roles people have. Each person gets 2 cards, and you're trying to kill all the other players. It's better than it sounds.
Yeah, it sounds fun. And what is your favorite game?
My favorite game would be Dominion. It's a deck building game where you try and assemble the best deck of cards that you can by purchasing cards from a center supply.
Sounds fun. What is your favorite board game?
My favorite board game from the games we've played at Board Game Club is probably a game called One Night Werewolf. It's a sort of social deduction game where everybody gets a roll, and then you try to deduce who is the werewolf, and at the end of the game, you try to vote the werewolf out. It's a very interesting social deduction game. I like it a lot.
It sounds fun. What is your favorite board game?
My favorite board game is a game I got recently from a family member called Street Masters. It is kind of like a beat 'em up style kind of game that's like board game ice, basically.
Fun. What is your board game joke?
A board game joke? I took my friend's board game. He didn't have a clue.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Board Game Club. Now for some corny jokes. Should be fun.
Good morning, Spartans. Here we go with our corny jokes of the week. Why shouldn't you marry a tennis player?
Why, Mr. Powers?
Because love means nothing to them.
Oh my gosh.
Why are trees very forgiving?
Why, Mr. Powers?
Because in the fall, they let it go, and in the spring, they turn over a new leaf. And finally, what is the world's tallest building?
What, Mr. Powers?
The library, because it has the most stories. Oh, until next week.
Now, I will pass the time to David as he interviews Dr. Dudgeon.
Good morning, Spartans. Today we're here with financial math teacher Dr. Dudgeon.
Good morning.
So, what defines a financial crime?
Financial crime is pretty much anything that involves money, simply enough. But it might be things that are make good movie material or late night news stuff. So think about embezzlement and tax evasion, maybe insider trading, those kinds of things that can involve big bucks. But it can also be really simple things that affect us everyday folks, like fraud.
What financial crimes affect students the most?
Things that probably are the biggest risk for us involve 2 things that students have: phones, and many students also have a debit card. And so really it's all risk about people getting access to those accounts and other personal information. So anything that happens with a card, of course, can be broken into. So your card number, if you've got a PIN, those kinds of information are things you need to keep really close to yourself. But even if you use a card at a store, the store could get hacked, and then they still have access to your information. So that's a risk. Then the other thing, of course, is with your phone, it has a lot of information. You may be paying with your phone. You may have a bank app on your phone. And if somebody gets access to your phone through Wi-Fi or through Bluetooth, or just because you left it around and it wasn't secure with a password, then you're at risk of somebody getting your accounts that way.
Last question. What should students look out for to identify financial crimes?
Probably the first thing to do, if you're thinking about things that can happen to students, would be to make sure you're watching your accounts, check your statement regularly. If you do get hacked, if somebody gets your card, then you still got recourse because the law will protect you, but you have to take action. And that's not like forever and ever that you're protected, but you've got a certain window. They can go to your bank and say, hey, I didn't make this charge. And most of the time you're going to be able to get refunded that money.
Thank you.
Thanks, David.
And finally, we are giving it to Avery for some information about next week's SBA testing schedule. Good morning, Spartans. I'm Avery, and today I'll be sharing some important information about the BHS schedule. During the first week of May, BHS will have some significant schedule changes. On Monday, May 1st, it will be an early release day, but you will attend 40 minutes of all periods. Tuesday through Friday, 10th and some 11th graders will be taking SBA tests from 8:45 to 11:10. Anyone not testing with a zero period should arrive at 11, unless told otherwise by your zero period teacher. Lunch will be from 11:15 to 11:55. Tuesday and Thursday will be periods 1, 3, and 5, an hour long each. Wednesday and Friday will be periods 2, 4, and 6, an hour long each. A reminder that AP testing will be taking place during the first week of May. Check the schedule on the BHS homepage for more information. Bye, Spartans. Hope that clarifies some questions.
Now from Mr. Powers, this week's Name That Tune.
Hey Spartans, welcome to this week's edition of Name That Tune. This one is another classic, although it's more in the alternative rock genre. Takes me back to the beginning of my career, so I'll let you think about that for a little bit. All right, let's get started. Don't forget to fill out the Google form so you guys can win a prize. Until next time.
Thanks for watching, Spartans. Have a great week.